T students. I hope you're having a good spring break. Want to come to you and talk to you about finishing up the application instructions assignment and then moving on to the next assignment, which is the multimodal text ePortfolio. So just wanted to emphasize that the focus of the application instruction assignment is the usability test. That, I getting you to write instructions, that's the easy part. You just sit down, or you can even go online and see how other people have written instructions. But the important part is actually doing the usability test, where you're seeing how other target users are actually using those instructions and then modifying those instructions based upon how easy it was for those target audiences to use those instructions. That's the important part. So don't make sure you don't leave that part of that assignment out. There's a place in Canvas for you to upload either a link if you write it on Google Docs, or a file, so you can submit the work there. The next assignment, and the last assignment of the semester, is going to be a multimodal text ePortfolio. We're going to put the ePortfolio part of it aside. I'm going to come back to that in a week or two, and we'll focus on how you're going to create this portfolio. But essentially, what I mean by ePortfolio is you're going to be collecting each of the steps along the way of producing this multimodal text. But that's what we need to focus on today, the multimodal text. What is a multimodal text? Well, to get a sense of what a multimodal text can be, as you can see here, I have a video set up. It's Mrs. L's multimodal text and introduction. And you can watch that. I'm not going to watch it right now, but that is there for you to view. Mostly, I have that there to stimulate some ideas of what you could potentially be working with for this assignment. In other things that I have put forward that you can think about, in terms of, if you go to the assignment, you will see that the purpose of this assignment is to put together a lot of things that we've been working on throughout this semester, thinking about affordances and what technologies can do, thinking about audience with the application instruction. So it's putting all that stuff together and creating your own text. And in terms of choosing a text, as I say here, what message do you want to get out to the world? So start the process thinking about the message. How do you want to influence how individuals act or think? Then think about the best ways to convey the message to target audiences. In most cases, the target audience will be most engaged in your text appeals to, if your text appeals to more than one of their senses or is multimedia. This is the audience you are targeting. Therefore, you will create a multimedia text that you are encouraged to give real life to after this class. So again, think about something that you want to get out into the world. Somebody is doing a project, somebody in your class is doing a project with astronomy. I think that's a great way of using this project. Some people have talked to me about doing stuff that's attached to mental health. I think that's also a great way of thinking about this. In terms of, so those are the messages about astronomy, messages about mental health. Some people are very happy about what's going on in US politics right now. Some people are very upset about it. That might be the message too. But there's many things that you can do. Then you want to think about the type of text that you're going to produce. It could be something like an infographic or a series of infographics. It could be a visual essay or picture book. It could be multiple images for a social media post or campaign. It could be a video such as TikTok, Powtoon, a TED Talk, a PSA, something posted to YouTube. Those aren't all mutually exclusive. And then finally, it can also be an audio text like a song, a podcast, or a speech, or even a slideware presentation. If you're going to do a PowerPoint presentation, do something that you would be able to um, uh, actually present. Um, Funny story, I mentioned this in a previous class that I taught, and I said, hey, make sure it's something you present. So, you want to make sure that if you're like, I'm going to give a PowerPoint presentation or a speech or something to a group of Congress people from, the U.S. Congress, that you're probably not going to get that audience. I had a student come and talk to me later and say, actually, I work at the shipyard in Newport News, and part of my job is to talk to Congress people. So in that case, it would be reasonable, but only if that would be part of your job. So again, as I say here, you want it to be real purpose with a potential real audience. And you can earn extra engagement credit if you actually publish your work, meaning put it out there to your real audience. Just to think about the ePortfolio, and this is going to be the last thing I'll talk about this week. The course is designed to lead you through stages of linguistically writing a descriptive draft of your multimedia text and use Gen AI to mock up some 4 drafts of it. After this preliminary work, use the application instructions you and your peers composed, as well as other application instructions available on the web. Compose the text that you described in week 11, take notes, and create screenshots of the composing process. So this is what you're going to be collecting along the way for the ePortfolio. The final version of your multimedia text will be composed after week 15 based upon the feedback you receive from your peers. Proof of distributing this text to the target audience will earn you extra engagement credit. Okay, so that's what we're working towards. I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions along the way, and I look forward to working with you to create these texts. If you have any questions, I am going to be gone from the rest of today until March 16th, but I'll be available to answer questions after that time. Don't forget, my email is kdepew@odu.edu. Thank you very much.